Yes.
Hey, those old ladies may be able to teach you something about what they did back in their day.
When I worked in a retirement home, because that was the thing that I did. I did like partial residency in a nursing home while I was getting my certified nursing assistant certification. Um, they had special rooms for elderly people to have sex in. Yeah, they had special rooms, and elderly people have a lot of sex, a lot more than you would expect.
Not really. Is Viagra's a thing, and all you have to do is hang out with these people all day. What else are you gonna do? Watch The Price is Right?
I don't know if we spoke about this before, but the Villages is a city in Florida where it's just retired people. I believe you have to be 60 to 65 to retire and move there. And it is actually one of the STD capitals of the US. They have disco sex clubs there, which is absolutely wild.
Well, at
But,
this point, you figure people in their 60s and 70s were hippies,
exactly.
pre-love generation. So they're like, wife's dead, might as well get it in. Damn boomers, they get to retire and have disco sex parties. We're never gonna get to retire.
Oh, what's up with that?
I guess we'll have to have those disco sex parties before we retire.
Exactly.
Except you'll have to have a camera involved, apparently.
Yes. Exactly. That's doing the Lord's work.
Right? Have you ever thought about, if you ever decide to take a step back from this to go back into nursing? Or...
I wouldn't go back into nursing, but I would probably go into sex therapy. I feel like, I could use my sexual experiences for good and help people receive advice on their sexual interactions with their partner, how to be honest with each other about intimacy, and how to achieve peak physical trust and intimate honesty with one another.
So how would a session with Leana Lovings go? Like, walk me through a session. Like, I'm a new client, so how does it go?
Okay. Well, I would sit down and I would say, so tell me about what you would like to talk about. Tell me about your interests and tell me about why you're here to see me today. And then I'd say, okay, well, if it's about your sexual interests, what does interest you? And are you scared to talk to your partner about that? Because it's entirely okay. And we're going to go through several exercises now that go over situations where you could bring up your sexual interests to your partner.
What happens if you're one of their sexual interests?
Oh my goodness. That would just be embarrassing.
Well, I mean, statistically, if they're in the US, 1 out of every 2 people is masturbated to you. So,
This is true.
so statistically,
That's true. In that case, if they were just a fan, I suppose it would just be, there's always got to be some kind of barrier between the therapist and their patient. So if there was a conflict of interest, I would refer them to someone else, but I'd say thank you so much for thinking of me that way.
you just don't have many clients. Like, I keep finding clients that jerk off to me. What the hell? What do I do? My practice is going nowhere.
Definitely going to be people like, oh man, I've jerked off to you all the time, but I'd also be like, hey, why are you here? What do you want to talk about? And, people can still have a professional atmosphere where it's okay to discuss those things.
Well, definitely. I just think it was a comical presence.
Absolutely.